Gabe, here we go once again. The draft is 33 days away, so we got to start making some moves, but let's start at the top of our rosters. Getting to Jaden Daniels in the 305 for Malik Neighbors, Mason Rudolph, and Chase Brown. Let's go. Random ass league. Like, what are you doing here to get up into Jaden Daniels?
Man, I think I'm willing to do some crazy things to get up into Jaden Daniels.
What did he say?
You got barbecue back there, and you didn't invite me. Hurt my feelings.
Welcome on in, everyone. It is I, Ty Declare, at Ty Declare 44. That's Gabe at IGabe_FF on X. And this is the ALLGAS Trade Show. Yes. Welcome in. We got another one for the people. Gabe, like I said, 33 more days until the draft. Can you feel it coming? How are you doing, man?
Oh, man, I can definitely feel it coming, man, especially with all the moves that have been made by these teams lately. Hey, you know it's coming, man. You know it's coming. Yeah, doing great, buddy. Doing great. Ready to talk some ball with you again. I just want to give a shout out to your friend, letting you use his studio again. Ty's not in his usual spot either.
No, we got the what's that guy's name? The Apple guy?
Yeah, Steve Jobs.
That's it. Boom. Shouts out to Steve Jobs holding it down in the background. But yes, we're on ALLGAS Trade Show on tour all across Cole Harbour, Nova Scotia. So welcome on in, everyone. First things first. Again, thank you. Every listen, everything. We appreciate everyone that tunes in here. So if you haven't yet, hit like, hit subscribe, stick around, hit the comments. This is the best place to be in Dynasty Fantasy Football. If you want more, ddfantasyfootball.com /, not only / but you can hit up code TRADES or TRADEGOAT, get 50% off your first month. The All Conference Plus Discord tier or the GOAT tier, you get access to Trinity Tracker, War Tool, everything DD has to offer. Patreon.com / ALLGAS, get you in the door at Patreon. Head on over to Underdog, use code ALLGAS, get your special pick and up to 1,000 in bonus cash. Gabe, do you think we can hit 5K on the YouTube here before the combine? For the combine, we're already past that goal.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, man, come on, 33 days, we can definitely get there.
Let's go. Come on, people, get in there. All right, so we got a lot of trades to hit here. People are trying to make some moves before the draft, so let's give them some examples of what they can do. And I mean, if any day that I can get into a Jaden Daniels, I'm pretty happy. This is a 12-team start 10 super flex PPR. Like, let's just go like your basic league, man. Like, Malik Neighbors is sick. He overcame the situation in New York his first year. Put up he reached those threshold numbers that lets you know he's probably going to be an elite difference-making wide receiver to come. So love building myself around some Malik Neighbors. You know, I love my Canadian kid, Chase Brown. I think even if they bring in competition, his role in that offense, that high passing offense, the passing plus role that he holds, I don't think that changes. It may just become more efficient. So I love me some Chase Brown. Mason Rudolph, cool. Any quarterback on a 2 deep, sure. But you're getting to Jaden Daniels, and we've talked about it on the show. If I can move my way into the elite of the elite quarterbacks, I think it just unlocks a lot of flexibility and it really unlocks the way that I can build my team. So even though I love Neighbors, Chase Brown, I'm not really going to factor in Rudolph for the third here. Like, I will package up my Neighbors and Chase Brown to get into Jaden Daniels.
Yeah. I mean, again, I don't have any context as far as like the quarterback situation goes, but I imagine going from Mason Rudolph to Jaden Daniels is a galaxy leap away, right? I mean, and so
it's a bit of an upgrade.
Yeah, just a small one, right? A minor upgrade. So to your point, 305 Mason Rudolph, I'm probably going to take the 305, but who cares? And then as far as Malik Neighbors, Chase Brown, I really like those assets, man. But just to get into an elite difference maker at quarterback, probably some people's quarterback one, depending on how you view Josh Allen and Jaden Daniels, right? They're interchangeable for most people. I'm always going to take the quarterback, man, especially in a super flex league. Just give me the opportunity to get the elite asset. I mean, he's going into his second year, pretty incredible rookie year. Yep. So yeah, man, I'm excited to see what's to come for Jaden Daniels. And again, nothing to take away from Malik Neighbors. He's incredible. He's awesome. Definitely want Malik Neighbors, but just the scarcity at the position for quarterbacks, I'm going to always take the elite quarterback over the elite wide receiver, just the way that I like to play.
Yeah, and I bet if he punches in a calculator, it's probably going to be a fair deal. Like, I'm looking at startup data right now. Like, Jaden Daniels 102, Malik Neighbors 109, Chase Brown about 509. So you're trading a first and a fifth to go all the way up to the top. Right teams, right build, right kind of situation. I can see myself doing that. So yeah, man. Some players are just built different in fantasy football, and right now, Jaden Daniels is one of those guys.
Yep, I agree.
Cool. So that's a good one to get us started off here, Han. And
get the blood flowing, man. Get the blood flowing on a good deal.
There you go. Yes, sir. Now we're gonna start flying here. We got Big Diaz, 12 team start 9, 1 quarterback, single quarterback here, Gabe. 1 tight end premium and a PPR. So I'm assuming that's 2.0 on the tight end premium. Got a 0.1 point per first down, quarterback passing, all this good stuff. 0.5 running back, wide receiver, and tight end point per first down. This team is Allen, Love, CMC, Gibbs, Kamara, Chase, JJ, Puka, Tyreek, Mooney, Andrews. We got some pit. Yeah, so it's a Diaz team. So what's the context? So everyone needs him to pay a luxury tax. He roster constructed in a way to where he can trade away JJ to get the elite outcome asset at tight end by trading for AJB previously. Still have more perpetually in the mix for years to come. Okay. So he felt comfortable trading away AJ Brown here because trading into AJ Brown and trading away JJ. So he trades away 108, 301, and 402 for AJ Brown and Jordan Mason. 12 team start 9, 1 quarterback, Gabe.
Dude, I want to ask, where is this luxury tax?
So I mean, I'm not seeing it.
I was gonna say, I mean, if anything, I think you're taxing on Ontario Kang over there, man. Come on now. I don't see where this luxury tax is coming into.
Shout out Ontario Kang. Good things grow in Ontario. Not this deal though. I'm paying 108, 301, and 402 to get into AJ Brown myself. If you just want to give me Jordan Mason on the arm, sure.
My God. In a super flex league, I am paying the 108, 301, and 402 for AJ Brown. I mean, in a 1 quarterback, it's a smash.
What the hell?
Haven't had to hit this one in a hot minute, man.
Oh my God.
I know. I'm still waiting for Diaz to put in the comics of where this luxury tax is, because I'm just not seeing that, man.
This is probably where the luxury tax comes in, because in a general league format, league setup, you're taking JJ over McBride, and man, like even in these like 2 tight end premium leagues, I'm still probably leaning like JJ in a vacuum. When you get like start 2 tight end 2.0 premium, I think that's where we really have a conversation. But man, I mean, I'm looking at startup data right now too, and like Brock Bowers is going ahead of Justin Jefferson. So maybe it's not too far-fetched to trade in a 12 team start 9, 1 quarterback league, 1.0 tight end premium on top of PPR, Justin Jefferson and McBride. Where are you at here, man?
I think this is a lot closer, man, than I probably would like to give it credit for. To your point, I mean, Bowers over Jefferson right now is a little spicy in my opinion, but I think Bowers and Trey McBride, like, I don't think there's much distinction between the two. I definitely think last year could have been very different had Trey McBride gotten the touchdown upside that we were all hoping for. He was incredible last year, man. I mean, just phenomenal. And it's a 1 point tight end or 1 point tight end premium for Trey McBride. That could sway me over the top, man. And then just knowing that Diaz's roster is loaded at wide receiver, and it's only a start 9 tie.
Yeah.
I mean, Justin Jefferson is not one of the replaceable wide receivers, right? But there's definitely a bigger gap, in my opinion, at the tight end position than there is at the wide receiver position. So I would lean Justin Jefferson, but again, man, in a 1 point, I can't fault anybody for wanting to get into Trey McBride, Brock Bowers type of player for Justin Jefferson.
Yeah. It's not going to be old man Rodgers throwing to JJ, so it could be JJ McCarthy. Like, we don't really know, but no matter what, I'm absolutely fine betting on that Minnesota offense being an elite one. Like, please don't take this as we don't want to put oomph behind JJ because he
absolutely
dynasty fantasy football. But like you said, man, like on this team with this roster, like if you let's pull up the roster one more time. So Chase, Justin Jefferson, Puka, Tyreek, Mooney. It's a start 9. All right, so you're probably maybe you're starting 5 wide receivers every week. So you already have that. You were just gifted AJ Brown, so literally gifted him. So you're either benching Tyreek and like trying to like figure out, which I don't. Again, if you want to fade Tyreek, but if you have him, you might as well start him. Whereas looking at the tight ends, right, we had Andrews, 108, 19, 110. I bet if Loveland or Warren is there, Diaz feels obligated to take him with one of those picks. Whereas now, hey, we still have elite wide receivers. We still have the elite running backs. We have Josh Allen. We have Jordan Love. So we're quarterback in a one quarterback league. We're set. The only thing we can really address here is trying to get into the elite tight end outcome. So if you're telling me this is the luxury tax to swap that to stay within the elite of the elite in fantasy, yeah, that's probably what it costs, man. So it makes sense for your team. Again, in a vacuum, I'll just always lean kind of Justin Jefferson. But I think as we drill in here, 1.0 tight end premium, yeah, sure. Yeah. Give me McBride, because you said it perfectly, man. It's the touchdowns. If McBride just scored touchdowns, he probably would have been on par with Bowers this year. So yeah, I'm cool with it. I'm cool.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. And there's also a world where, and again, this is just aside from this, right, where you can probably take your Brock Bowers and grab Trey McBride and grab a nice plus on top. And there's, in my opinion, those guys could alternate year over year of who's the number one tight end. Like, it's just, that's just the way it is.
Yeah. Diaz tried to do that to me in I think it was Rumble or maybe HVV. I had McBride. He tried to offer me Bowers, and my heart was pumping, the blood was going, and I didn't know what I was going to do, but I ended up declining it. I was happy I did, because it was literally, why do I need to upgrade from McBride to Bowers when year over year they could be the exact same thing?
Yeah, you got to respect the hustle.
Jeez, look at all these deals, man. Just tons of deals we had to get to. Let's go here. Roy G didn't make the Dynasty Theory show. They did a grade the trade show, which was really fun. Also, shouts out to Dan, man. I love Dan so much. He makes me laugh. He makes me smile. He brings me joy. Roy G.
JB keeps them in line, though. JB keeps them in line over there.
I would not want to be on JB's bad. So, all right, so Roy G. We got a 12-team start, 10 superflex, standard PPR, no tight end premium. 3 very strong quarterbacks: Mahomes, Jaden, Daniels, and Caleb. Didn't want to have that much value in your quarterback 3. I feel you. Yeah. Now I get to pair JT with Caleb on one of the top rookies and go and win the ship, maybe. So Roy G sends away Mahomes, my boy. He gets into Matt Stafford, Jonathan Taylor, and the 106. Yeah. So we've seen the elite dynasty steam come off of Mahomes' name. Like he's always been a great quarterback, but it's never been like the 101 of dynasty return. It's never been that for Mahomes. And this year could be one of his best years ever. Like we have a full, if barring legal and suspension and all that, if we have a year full of Rice and Worthy, and hopefully Kelsey can still, have 2 legs and 2 arms, but it could be one of the better seasons for Mahomes coming up. But I mean, even me, man, like if I have Mahomes as my quote unquote quarterback 3, you let me tear down to Stafford, add an absolute starter in JT, and get the flexibility of the 106. I have no worry sending that away. My question for you, because I think you're going to be on my side here. If Mahomes was your quarterback 1 and that was really all you had, are you still making a deal like this?
I think it's going to be contingent upon the team, right? And I say that because I am more than happy to play like in the quarterback range, right? Where I do believe that there's a world that Matt Stafford could give me 75%, 80% of what Mahomes could give me week to week. And there's probably going to be some weeks where Stafford could outperform Mahomes. And I get it. There's definitely a big difference, right, between the age factor, the ADV, all of that good stuff, right? I completely understand that. But to your point, getting into a starter like JT and getting the 106, like it just gives me a little bit of security in that part of the deal. Mm-hmm. But I think if he's my quarterback 1, man, I kind of want to stick to just keeping Mahomes. But again, if I have more quarterbacks to kind of give up, I'd be okay with making a pivot.
Okay. Yeah, so
I'd be a little bit more hesitant. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, again, I think value wise, what is that, like 2.5 first? Probably.
Sure.
Yeah, probably pretty appropriate for Mahomes. Because again, I mean, I don't think anybody's going to pay 3 firsts worth of value for him at this point anymore. To your point, he's kind of lost some of his elite steam, and so yeah, man, that's kind of where I'm at. Again, I think it is going to be team contingent, just depending on what I have behind at my quarterback position.
Yeah, losing the elite steam, still going 201 in startups right now. So yeah, the fall off is massive for Mahomes. Not really, but yeah, just you don't see like the Josh Allen 4 first type deals. You don't see those a lot in fantasy football anymore, and I don't think you see those for Mahomes. So this is a fine return, especially if it works for your roster construction. So I'm cool with it, Roy.
Yeah, I mean, and then again, you have JD and Caleb behind.
Yep.
I mean, I'm okay with that. I do think that it might be a little difficult week to week to know who to start between Caleb and Stafford.
Fair. Yeah. So, I mean, if you had that room, JD, Stafford, and Caleb, like what kind of subsequent moves come to your mind?
So if I had JD and Caleb and Stafford, right, as my quarterback situation, is that what you're asking me?
Yeah.
Like what am I doing there?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I probably would just evaluate it week to week, right? I probably would be starting Caleb Williams. I wouldn't look to move Stafford or anything because, to your point, I don't really know that you're going to get much for him. I think he's a better producer on your team than actually moving him away. I mean, you probably could get a second for him.
Stafford,
I don't really.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's giving you like 2 seconds. It seems a little rich.
Not right
but
now.
Maybe
yeah. In season.
Yeah. So I think for right now, man, I think you're just going to make the trade, hold it, and I would probably just plug in Caleb to be the starter week over week, unless you start seeing something different on the field. Because, yeah, like I said, I think he's definitely more – he does better on my team than he is as an asset to move.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, absolutely. So I'm just thinking here because, yeah, like the player you're going to be able to move is either JD or Caleb. Like you're not really going to be able to move Stafford for much. So, yeah, I'm cool parking him. If he's my quarterback 3, I guess he's my quarterback 3. But I would love to find a way to make him my quarterback 2 if I could. I mean, I'm just thinking here, like if I had Caleb, and let's say I still want to feel like I'm constructed well at quarterback, but I want to try to upgrade somewhere else. I go from like Caleb Williams and go down to Bryce Young, Tua. Hell, even Sam Darnold. Just add another like starting body so I can still have a rotating door, but I won't kick myself if I bench Caleb and then Caleb goes off. You know what I mean? And then if I can get into a wide receiver that I like, a running back body that fits, a tight end body that fits, or a flexible future pick to go with it, like that, I can see myself doing that. But you're kind of playing from an advantage when you're making your decisions over your quarterback 2 and 3.
Yeah, well, and having JD, to your point, just as your QB1, I mean, gives you that opportunity to be a little bit more flexible, right? I mean, because that's just a locked-in player that you can just plug and play every week. You don't really have to worry about it too much. And again, quarterback 2, you can always figure that out, man. You could probably even go from Caleb to Goff sometime. Like you could even do something like that too if you wanted. Yeah.
What would you want? Would you want we want Tua and Kyron Williams, or do you want Caleb?
Oh man, yeah, I'd take Tua and Kyron Williams.
Easy.
That's nice.
Okay. What about like Goff and Josh Jacobs?
That's nice too.
Okay. Maybe I'm too high. I don't know. But there's options out there if you want to try to make some subsequent deals. So go have fun, Roy. That's a fun one. Okay. Hit hen. Let's see here. Girth Brooks, 14 teams, start 12. You got Superflex PPR 175 tight end premium. It is a start 2 tight ends. Oh, let's go. So Hart, Mahomes at quarterback, Achan and Cans at running back, Malik Neighbors, Nico Collins, Xavier Worthy, Rashid Rice, the 2 guys we already talked about, Jalen Coker, Jacoby Myers at wide receiver. We got a lot of wide receivers. Kraft, Strange, Fant, Mayer at tight end. Okay. Have picks 1-8 and 110 after this deal. All futures, still some extra 26 picks. Could be a little early in moving in, but the team is never going to finish at the bottom with Mahomes and Hurts. Still have quite a bit of ammo and feeling like you're ready to hammer running back. So no guts. Oh, God, that is very zoomed in. Let's fix that. There we go. Okay.
Not wanting to cooperate with you.
At all. But we got no guts, no sauce. Getting to 101, 312, and 401. Little back-to-back. Sends away 105, 107, 305, and Jalen Polk. So 1517 for 101, and then you have the 312, 401, 35, Jalen Polk. All right, we're talking like what's the buy now price for? I'm gonna call it Ashton Genty because that seems to be what consensus is right now. You're moving in for the hammer running back. Like I said, Gabe, I feel like every time we talk about this, you point out just how many awesome players you can go with it, like in that range of the first. So 105, 107 for 101, just to start. Where are you at there?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a fair deal. Again, to his point, like, I want the elite asset, right? And I know I feel like a lot of us have made the mistake in the past of like tearing down from the elite asset. Really, if we look at the class, I mean, it is a deep class, right? From what we like to say, right? It's a deep class, but as far as elite assets go, Ty, how many are in the class, man? Like true elite prospects, You've got Genty.
Yeah.
You've got, would you consider Hampton one?
Not in the general sense of like a top 15 dynasty asset kind of ceiling. Like the only other one that really comes to my mind is like what's his name?
Ted, Cam Ward, Tyler.
No,
Warren.
Playing both ways. Why am I blanking on his name?
Travis Hunter. Yeah, Travis Hunter.
Jesus H. Yeah.
I was like, I don't know where you're going with this, so I'm trying to throw names at you.
Like the only other like elite guy like that because of what he can do in the NFL, Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
God, it's apparently way too early for me. Here we go. So yeah, Travis, I think he could be an elite guy, but maybe not fantasy football wise. But yeah, I hear. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I mean, we've done this in the past, right? Where we essentially pass up on the elite asset to just go and try to multiply the assets, which again, I'm not against by any means, but it's definitely come back, man, to bite us in the butt a little bit, right? And so, one thing that I've just kind of instilled in my head outside, because again, everybody, you draft the way that you need what your team needs, right? Like if you have the 101 and you need a quarterback, like odds are you're unfortunately going to have to take a quarterback with that pick, right? You're not going to be able to take the elite asset in Genty. You can try to move back, but then sometimes people know that you're actively trying to do that because it's like, hey, I can see a gaping hole in your team that you need a quarterback. I'm just going to make you have to make a decision at this point. Like there's no need for me to pay up. Just make your pick and I'll figure it out, right? So for me, I've just gotten into the mindset, man, that I'm just going to pick the best player available for the team. Like whatever that is, because I can always move them in season. We've made the mistakes again of drafting players because of a hole that we need, and then it just doesn't work out for us. And again, there's multiple like examples that you can kind of go back over the years where, we've taken, I don't know, man, we took Marvin Harrison over Caleb Williams or whatever, right? Or we took, again, JD over, or we took Marvin Harrison over JD, or a lot of people took Malik over JD because, again, just the way that it was coming out, right? So you just take the best player available, I guess is what I'm trying to get at, right? And so we'll just figure it out because, again, I feel like most of the time, it doesn't always work out, right? But I feel like majority of the time it will work out in your favor. And so I'm going to take the 101, man, over the 105 and 107. Again, and just get myself into an elite prospect that I can always move. These picks have value until you make the selection. And then once you make the selection, then it takes over the player that you're essentially grabbing, right? So, yeah, that's my little soapbox right now.
Hey, it's a good soapbox. I appreciate the soapbox. And I don't disagree with you. I think what I want to do in Dynasty as much as possible is let my league mates make the decisions for me and let me just try to scoop up value and be flexible. Yeah. And any deal I'm making, it's to hopefully remove headaches and remove time that I have to like stress over my rosters, right? So I can slim it down, be constructed properly, and just make moves from flexibility. Generally, that's better than trying to, like you said, force something because you feel like you need to do it. I don't have quarterback, so I need to overdraft Cam Ward. I need to reach on Shador. I need to make sure I get that Jackson Dart. I'd rather not be in that. Like I have to do it and then just take the value that falls. So I mean, I don't hate, packaging up 1.5, 1.7. If I'm like, hey, Achan's gonna be my hammer running back, or not Achan, sorry, Genty's gonna be my hammer running back. But I saw on this team they already have the Achan. It's a 14 by 12, right? So it's a pretty damn deep league. So depth begins to matter here.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, again, if I said that's Travion Henderson, either one of Warren or Colston Loveland, and I start two tight end, 175 tight end premium. If I already have Achan on there, I feel pretty good about that. I feel like you'd be able to add a tight end that would probably lead the room that you have. People still like Tucker Kraft, so you can probably move him. Brenton Strange has some life. So I think you have enough at tight end, I guess, right? But I always want to feel better at tight end if I can. So I think I can do a lot with that package, but man, it might just be Genty time. It might just be just Genty and go.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a great point, right? Like, again, so what I was gonna mention too, like, this team really only has 2 holes if we really look at it, right? So again, is it the deepest team? I mean, I have no idea, right? But just from looking at it, probably not the deepest team, but you've got some really good hammers at all the respective positions. And so for me, you plug in Achane and Genty as your 2 running backs. It's a pretty damn good running back core. Mm-hmm. Then you have a hole at tight end, to your point. Yeah, I like Kraft just as much as the next person, right? I mean, Strange, sure. Noah Fant, I mean, we've been hoping and praying that he becomes something, right? But he's definitely more of a guy I like to have in best ball than I do in a lineup league. I don't know that you're going to be able to get Tyler Warren or Loveland at the 107, 108, 110 range because it's a start 2 tight end and it's a 0.75 tight end premium. Like, I do believe those players are going to be pushed up. So what I was even going to mention too is, like, you mentioned you have all futures and some extra 26 picks. I would probably be looking to see if you can move up from the 108 and 110 into the earlier part of the first. That way you can get a hammered tight end as well. That's what I was going to suggest. Again, I mean, you also have some extra picks, so you can probably make an additional move here and there, and just see what you can kind of get yourself into, man. Yeah,
I like that. Yeah, if I can send 110 future pick in like a Kraft, a Strange, a Fant, or something like that, move up to 104, 106 to pair with that 105 and the 107. Like, I guess you've traded that away. So again, try to get back up range to be able to take a guy like that. Like, I don't hate that, but man, even if he stays put, I think he's probably still looking at adding like a Caleb Johnson, a Buka, Luther Burton, like something is going to be there, which is nice in this class. Like, I like having those late first, but I agree. This is a team that even in a 14 by 12, I think it's ready enough. Let's try and climb a bit. Let's get some more star power. Let's start to consolidate.
Yeah. I mean, because looking at the ADP right now, looking at the ADP rookie, ADP right now. So Tyler Warren is going 106 on average, and that's just in a standard super flex league. So now you add in the start 2 tight end, and I just don't think he's going to be there. I don't think he's going to be there at the 106. And it probably will move Loveland up. Some people have Loveland ahead of Warren too. So again, it kind of goes both ways. I think both of those guys will go a little bit earlier than we're probably expecting.
Yeah. And I'll take whatever one goes second. Like, I'm fine.
Yeah, I agree.
I'll take the second one.
Yep, I agree.
Cool. Hey, good one, Girth. Got some good conversation there. All right, Danvers both traded and got into Bucky Irving. So let's hit these. 12-team Superflex best ball. Start 11, 0.5 tight end premium on a middling team. Gabe, you trading away Bucky Irving to get 105 and Roschon Johnson.
Woo. Man. 105 and Roschon for Bucky. So we're looking at probably Travion Henderson and Roschon Johnson for Bucky Irving.
Something like that, yeah.
In a best ball league. I mean, I don't really put too much stock, man, into Roschon Johnson. So really, it's just the 105 or Bucky for me. I'm probably going to take Bucky. I'm
kind of waffling a bit because, like, again, in best ball, start a 12 team. We don't really know. I guess start 11. Yeah. So start 11, like, Roschon Johnson probably doesn't meet like the threshold for running back. He's like a roster spot 25 to 30 guy that I'll throw in season if I can.
Yeah.
1.5, like, it's still a nice return. And if I have like a filled, we don't really have team context as much, but if I do have like a filled out team at running back, then I'm fine trading away Bucky, I guess. But just looking at startup right now, Bucky at the 312 currently, and just like general startups, 1.5 middle of the 5th. So it's a, I don't think I'm making that move just for Roschon alone. It's fine. I'll lean Bucky as well.
Yeah. I mean, again, Bucky's got a lot of juice on him, man. Right now, it's looking like the middle of that first round is pretty much going to be pretty RB heavy, right? Whether it be Travion or Quinshon or Igbuka, maybe even for the wide receivers, Shadur, like. Again, I think if it's a running back that you're trying to make the selection between, you're really hoping that these guys can play like Bucky Irving. Bucky Irving was incredible, so I'm just going to stick to the person that I know is producing and will be a really good piece on my team next year. So yeah, that's why I'm just going to take Bucky, man.
stick to the rivers and the lake you're used to. But,
Hell yeah, that is the truth.
Now, I like this one a lot better. 12-team Superflex lineup, start 11, 1 point tight end premium. Danvers gets into Bucky, Higbee, and T. Higgins, the bag man himself, not wide receiver 2, wide receiver 1B. Trades with RD 57, where they get into Kenny Gainwell, 102 and 202. We've talked many a day about Bucky Irving versus 102 on this show. I think we're on the same page of that's too far, man. Just give me 102. But if we're good to, and hey, if you're playing bingo along with us, the AGTS bingo game, cross it off. All right. If we just cross off Bucky and 102, I mean, Higbee and Higgins for 202 and Gainwell. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, even if we were to say, because again, we're both on the side of 102, right, over Bucky. So 102 over Bucky. So let's just say that delta with the 202 for T Higgins. There's no way, man. There's no way.
Ain't no way.
Tyler Higbee and Kenneth Gainwell. Who cares? Whatever you need, right? Whatever. Yeah. So man, yeah. I like this one. This one was much better, Danvers, for sure.
Yeah, like it's close enough on this one, but this is a smash. So good stuff.
Yep.
Oh, Shane hit us with one. 12-team start 11 Superflex 2.0 tight end premium PPR super juiced running backs 0.2 point per carry and a 0.25 rushing down. I don't see any running backs here, but I do see Justin Jefferson, Harold Fannin, and a 2027 first being acquired for Puka Nacua, Jaden Higgins, and Mason Taylor. So we got our man Shane, who I know has a healthy stash of Puka on his teams. Trading away Puka, trading away Jaden Higgins, who people like. Still going to be a rookie, still got to land in a good spot, still got to get the draft capital, still a lot of hurdles to clear, but people do like them some Higgins. People also like Mason Taylor, like tight end 3-4 in the class, probably right there with Arroyo, and some people have Harold Van in there as well. Shane gets all the way up to Justin Jefferson, and he gets a 2027 second. So, Gabe, if I'm looking at this, like Mason Taylor and Harold Fannin, it's just going to depend who gets the better draft capital, who gets the better landing spot, right?
Yep.
Like our opinions on those players are probably going to change come the draft. So I'm cool to cross them off. I will lean Mason Taylor just from my biases. I'm certainly taking a 2027 second over Higgins. I just want the flexibility rather than placing it on that player and making that bet today. And then I'm just going to take Justin Jefferson over Puka. So I want Shane's side here, just kind of what I'm looking at. Do you see that any differently?
Yeah, I think Shane's a little crazy for already having these rookies on his roster before the draft. We've played this game before, man. Malik Willis 101 and Matt Corral 102. It was a beautiful time in fantasy. Treylon Burks, just an elite asset, right? That we just needed to have. Yeah, literally. No, man, I think I see this pretty similar, right? Again, I think I have actually Fannin over Taylor, but it's, again, take your pick, close enough. I am going to take the 27 second over Jaden Higgins. You're pretty much just getting a reroll, and I'll just get a little bit of flexibility. And then, yeah, I'm taking Justin Jefferson way over Puka Nacua.
Yeah, I think that.
So, that's a great trade for Shane.
Very good for Shane. I agree.
Yeah.
I think like the thing about the deal is like you have to find those players where maybe it's a pivot point where the news we get from the draft, and again, 33 days, when things, values, situations, feelings on players starts to shift after that, I want to find where those pivot points are and see if I can get a little bit of value now. So again, Jaden Higgins, the steam is rising. This could come back to bite me. I will just take a future second to trade out of that spot in the second to let you take that because you like Higgins.
Well, and even then, like, let's talk about that for a second. If Jaden Higgins does continue to get steam, like, what's the delta between Justin Jefferson and Puka Nacua?
More than Jaden Higgins plus steam.
Correct. And that's what I was going to say. So at the end of the day, like, doesn't really matter how we slice and dice this.
Yeah.
I mean, there would have to be a lot of steam and a lot of heat that gets on the Jaden Higgins side for it to even become close, because everybody's going to want Justin Jefferson over Puka Nacua. And again, there's definitely a sizable gap there.
Fair enough. We'll leave it there. But like I said, if you can find ways to pivot around some of the names where people are already showing some bias, already showing some love, and you just want to take the other side, now's a good time right before the draft hits. Yeah, bam, Bucky for Higgins, 102, 202 is fire. I agree. Shepard, 87, 12-team Superflex, start 10, PPR 1.0 tight end premium. The team after the trade has Hurts, Stafford, Fields, Chase, Smitty, DJ Moore, Hill, and Evans. Ooh. Shepard trades into Justin Fields and 105. Trades away Jared Goff and DK Metcalf. So Gabe, the thumbnail man himself, Justin Fields. We covered him a lot in the last show. We like me some Goff. We like us some DK. I like me some 105. We kind of talked a little about, if I have a Justin Fields and I'm acquiring him, like I want to make sure that I'm capturing that, like I'm making that bet. I might as well make my bet with it and not try to like hedge. If I can get the right value, like I'm cool kind of trading away my Goff, getting into a Fields, but it has to be for the right plus. It is the right plus 105 over DK.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm a big DK fan, but I will take the 105 over DK Metcalf.
Yeah.
I
want to see. I want to pull up our good.
I want you to check. Yeah. Just check me out. Just check me, man. Just make sure, Gabe, you're off your skis over here.
No, I just want to see. So DK. I'm going to pull up Dynasty Daddy's trade database. I just want to see what DK deals we're even seeing in the space right now.
Okay. And while you're looking that up real quick, I'll say this, right? So before this trade, you had Jared Goff and Matt Stafford. Very, very similar type of quarterbacks in your QB2/QB3 spot, right? Again, week over week, they probably will give you very similar production if I had to sit here and make an assumption right now. Like they're going to give you very, very similar production. That being said, though, Justin Fields at this moment, again, I have Goff over Fields. I want to make that very clear, right? I want to make that very clear. But if I need a QB2 that I know is going to give me the higher upside for, even if it's just 6 weeks, I believe that's going to be Justin Fields. That'll give me the higher ceiling than Jared Goff or Matt Stafford. So I would be okay with, again, making a pivot, especially knowing that I'm getting the 105 on the other side for the DK Metcalf piece. So that's kind of where my mind goes, because again, I'm definitely trying to make sure that I don't give myself any roster construction headaches. That's one thing that I definitely try to avoid as much as possible. So if I have two very similar type of players, I want to move one of them because I don't want to have to sit there and give myself that headache of like, who do I start week over week? Who do I not? So, and I know for sure if it's week one, the odds of Justin Fields outscoring Matt Stafford and Jared Goff are probably pretty high. Like I'm probably going to say Justin Fields is going to outscore both of those guys pretty easily, assuming that they're all the starters.
Yeah, man, it's worse for DK than I thought it would be, honestly. And I mean,
oh, dude, 100%, man. People, you either love them or you hate them. That's the honest truth, man. You either love them or you hate them. And
if you hated him, then you definitely hate him when he ended up in Pittsburgh.
Oh yeah.
The best deal I've seen is 108 for DK a day ago in a 12-team start 9.
Yep.
But it's a lot of DK and a third for a future first, DK and 104 for Marvin Harrison, DK for Jacoby Myers in a 27 first, DK for 112, DK for Nick Chubb in a 2027 first. Where are you here? DK for Devontae Adams and a 2026 second, 12-team start 11.
What was that again? DK for Devontae Adams and a 26 second?
Yeah.
That's close, man.
Yep.
Yeah. I like DK, man, but there's definitely a world where Adams will outscore DK this year.
Yeah. So, Shep, I feel that I think that's probably good value, and you're making your bed with Justin Fields. Again, you have Stafford as well, so you kind of have that ripcord as well. But I like playing a little risky when I have Hurts at quarterback. And then, yeah, man, give me the upgrade 105 over DK, and let's see what you can do with that 105.
Yep.
Okay. Nasty Nate. Now, I know you're not trading away your boy JSN here. You are in a 12-team start 10 Superflex PPR. Yeah. Anyway, Jackson Smith and Jigba and James Cook.
Your boy, James Cook.
You know me. I'm the leader of the Justin Cook, the James Cook hype train. Yeah. James Cook and JSN for CeeDee Lamb. Some people don't see a difference between CeeDee Lamb and JSN right now, Gabe.
That's insane.
I personally do. I do see a difference. But is James Cook enough value here for you?
Man, I mean, I like Jason a lot, but I think he's definitely one of those guys that's been just has a lot of steam with him, especially now that DK's gone. We don't even know what Seattle's doing, man. Yeah, they got Sam Darnold. I get it, but the draft comes around. Like, there's still a lot of things that could change. Essentially, for Seattle, CeeDee Lamb, man, is a bona fide stud. Like, a bona fide, locked in wide receiver one. I know that Seattle just got Cooper Kupp. Again, will he have a resurgence? Who knows? But I'm just going to take, man, the elite asset in CeeDee Lamb, especially in a little bit of a shallower league. James Cook doesn't move that needle for me, man. I like James Cook, but he just doesn't move that needle for me.
Man, if you like James Cook, this probably isn't the show for you, like straight up. But yeah, no, I'm there with you, man. Give me CD. Let me just climb that ladder. Nate, always sucks to trade away your boy, but you got into something good. So,
and it's
good.
A point per reception for first down too.
Come on,
that's yeah.
All right, that's a fleece. We don't need to go over fleecing. We've gone over a lot of Breece Hall. I'm kind of good there. Danny, too good. Here we go. 12 team start 12. Superflex. Start 2 tight ends, and it's a 2.0 tight end premium. Danny trades away Ladd McConkey, 101, 109, 202, and a future 26 first. He gets into Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, and Isaiah Likely. I like Likely in this format, Gabe.
Yeah.
You know what we're going to do here. We're going to play the old cross-off game. My question for you, 2.0 tight end premium, start 2 tight end. You moving 202 for Isaiah Likely?
Yes, but I don't feel great about it.
Okay. I think I feel the same.
I don't feel great about it. You're not going to get any of the good tight ends in this class. Isaiah Likely's definitely proven himself to be a really good piece in the Baltimore offense. So I'm okay with doing that. Yes. But again, I don't feel great about it, but I'm okay to do it.
Don't feel great. Okay. Ladd McConkey versus T. Higgins. Where are you at?
I think it's close. I think it's close enough. I do want Ladd over T. Higgins.
I agree. I do want Ladd over T. I'm looking at JB's tiers right now. It's same tier. Ladd.
Yeah, that's what it's close. I said it's close. It's close, but I do want Ladd over T.
Okay. So Ladd over T. We'll call it 202 over Likely. So if we said Ladd and 202 for Higgins and Likely, that's square for you.
Yeah, I think that's good. Good enough.
Then we got Joe Burrow for 101, 109, and a 26 first. 3 first, Gabe. 12 teams start 12. This is probably roster dependent for you, isn't it? It's if you have good quarterbacks and Burrow can be a little bit expendable for you, or you can play it a different way, you might lean the picks, or you can just consolidate into the man Joe Burrow.
I mean, really and truly, the only thing that I'm giving up of significant value on the other side is the 101, man. And I like the 109. I like the 109, but we've seen like the hit rates on some of these later first, like they really are hit or miss sometimes. I probably would just take Joe Burrow, man.
Yeah.
It's a lot though. It's a lot of value to give up for sure. I want to make that clear. It is a lot of value to give up, but just an absolute stud of a quarterback who just got his 2 best assets. Like they're keeping the band together. I don't know, man. I like Joe Burrow, and I think I would be okay to make that pivot if I really need a quarterback. Because again, there's no quarterbacks in this class. I would hate to use the 101 for a quarterback.
Oh.
Again, people are going to do it, man. You know it. People are going to do it. I would hate to give up. I would hate to have to use the 101 to get a quarterback, especially in this class this year. So, yeah, man, I'm cool with taking Joey.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just thinking, like, I bet there's few to none other teams that could offer a package like this for Burrow, Higgins, Likely. it's just we just don't see a deal like this every day where you get like 3 firsts, especially like a 12 by 12. But I can definitely see myself doing that because it's Joe Burrow so far and above the 101 for me that the 109 adding a future first, that's not my own, that's someone else's. If I'm not convicted on that first, if that's a playoff team first, see ya. If that's like a rebuilder first, like you know those first I'm talking about, the ones where you're like, I don't see the light or I only see the light at the end of the tunnel, and that light is death. Then maybe I'll hold on to that future first. But I think in general, I'll take Burrow, I'll take Higgins, I'll take Likely. But I mean, Danvers third trade on the show this week. McConkey 119, 26 first, and 202.
Oh yeah,
the way we play, man, like, that's a lot of future deals coming through for Danvers.
Oh yeah, and depending on what he has at quarterback too, like if he's set at quarterback, let's say Joe Burrow was probably his quarterback 1. I mean, if he's got a good little team, a good set of quarterbacks behind him, and he doesn't have to use those picks for any quarterbacks, hey, he's about to walk away with a very nice team, a very, very nice team.
So let's let us know what you think on this one. We got a couple pay here. Burrow, Higgins, and Likely, or McConkey 101, 19, future first, and 202, 12 by 12. What do the people want? Okay. Oh Lord.
Lord.
This fantasy gives us a 3-team deal here, Gabe. Oh my. 10 team. 10 team.
Holy moly.
Super flex. 1.5 tight end premium, big first down bonuses, and a 0.15 per completion. Gabe. It's again 10 team, start 12. Jalen Hurts and 103 for Kyler and Jefferson. I'm going to run through the whole deal, and we'll kind of highlight as we go here. So,
all right, go ahead.
Hurts and 103 for Kyler and Jefferson. Then it's Jefferson for 103, a 26 first, and a 27 first. And then it's Kyler Murray, a 27 first and a 26 first for Jalen Hurts. And something I just want to highlight this, man. Applejacks 36. They get their own 2027 first back in that deal. So man, we got we always say there's one. There's always one part of the deal that's a head scratch from the 3-team deal. We've seen it less and less.
Yeah.
Where do your eyes go first, my friend?
Well, I want to start off by saying that, right? So I always say that there's always a loser in this deal for sure, or in a 3-way deal for sure, right? But you guys have definitely gotten a lot more creative. I will say that there have been a lot better 3-way trades, if you will. I do think that there is still a loser in this deal, in my opinion. And I do think that there is a good winner in the deal as well. And I'll get to that right now, right? So I want to start off 10 team, super flex. Quarterbacks are great. They're not very scarce. There's plenty of quarterbacks to go around. It makes the elite ones, in my opinion, a little bit better. But there's no shortage of quarterbacks, right? So there's no shortage of quarterbacks there. I want to start off actually at the bottom of this trade. Mm-hmm. Were you expecting that?
Yes, I was.
Okay. I wanted to see if you were there with me. So I want to start off at the bottom of this trade. Love Kyler Murray. Love Jalen Hurts. Kyler Murray and 2 firsts for Jalen Hurts. My God. Yeah. I don't know about you, man. There's definitely a difference between Kyler Murray and Jalen Hurts. Mm-hmm. But that gap is not 2 firsts, man. There is no way that is 2 firsts worth of a difference.
No. Studs or duds, 10 team, yes. Play it closer to 1 quarterback, yes. I want the elite guys. I want to find my way into to Daniels, to Allen, to Lamar Jackson, to Jalen Hurts. I want to find my way into those players. Not for Murray and 2 future firsts. Just not for that.
Yeah, that honestly, it seems like a free first that Jordan received. I think Kyler Murray in a 26 first is probably pretty square for Jalen Hurts. Like I think that pretty much kind of can get done, depending on the teams, depending on what you need. But I think most people would be okay. I know that there are some people that don't want to touch Kyler Murray at all, but guys, there's not a 2 first worth of difference here, man. There's just no way. So then let's move up. Justin Jefferson, the man, Justin Jefferson, for the 103 and 2 firsts.
Wow. And I want to correct myself from earlier too. I said that ALLGAS was getting his 27. He's trading away his 27 first.
He said, get it out of here.
He said,
he said, get it out of here. Especially receiving a Justin Jefferson, man. Now, to your point earlier in the show, there's not a lot of times where we get 3 firsts for any single player, right? Like that just people have gotten a lot sharper. People definitely are more reluctant to move picks like that just because of the type of assets that we can get, especially in the draft. So 103, a 26 first, and a 27 first tie for Justin Jefferson. Where are you at, my friend?
I'm going to start by saying, 10 team start, 12 receiver juice. This is the price. This is the price. It's the price of the price of the price. It comes down to how convicted you are on those first. Because, I'll tell you what, if 103 is Cam Ward, if 103 is Ted McMillan, I'm going to be adding multiple firsts to try to get into a Justin Jefferson in that particular league.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, I'm trading away my own 2027 first, so I'm feeling great about my team. I'm trading away the 26 first of Sunday Wikajik. That's my pronunciation there. Yeah. I'll tell you what, man. Like, I like having first. I like having the flexibility and all that. I'm just going to take Justin Jefferson here. Sometimes, even if it's a overpay, you got to do it. And this is one of those situations. 12 team start, 10 receiver juice. Give me Jefferson.
Yeah, it's shallow enough for me where I want Justin Jefferson. Again, I'm right there with you. I do think that it might be just a tad bit more than what I'd love to pay, but you're kicking the can down the road, man, to 27, right? Like, I'm okay to make that move. Again, I'm okay to make that move. Give me Justin Jefferson right now. And so we move up to Jalen Hurts, 103 for Kyler Murray and Justin Jefferson. We've already established that the difference between Kyler Murray and Jalen Hurts is probably around just a single first, in our opinion. So the 103 and an extra first for Justin Jefferson, if we're willing to pay 103 and 2 firsts, I'm more than happy to be paying 103 and 1 first for Justin Jefferson, especially with the scoring.
Yeah, man. Again, so is the gap 1 first in a 10 team league? What is that gap 1 first? I guess so, right? Like, if it's a championship first, I might fade that and ask for a little more. If it's a random first, that's definitely the price, right? Yeah, man.
Like Kyler Murray in the 26 first, just Kyler Murray in a 26 first in a 10 team league. So no, at worst, it can be the 110 at worst.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty fair. I think that's pretty appropriate for Jalen Hurts.
You're right. Yeah. So that's fine. Yeah. I'm just going to take Kyler and Jefferson, man.
I am too.
Yeah. It's so wild looking at Hurts and 103 and telling you that I'm taking the other side, but certain players do that for me. And I guess Justin Jefferson is that.
Yeah. Even if we were to look at them in a startup ADP, I can imagine Jalen Hurts and they're going a couple spots behind each other. And yeah, man, I want Kyler Murray way over the 103. Way over the 103.
Yep. And construction wise, I'm keeping with the quarterback there. I stay in a certain range of quarterback at least.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's a fun 3-way deal. I didn't think I'd break it down the way I broke it down, but I think we broke it down pretty accurately, man. Like, again, there's one side of the deal that I really don't want, and that's, trading away acquiring, spending 2 firsts and Kyler, like I said, for the Hurts there. But
I don't want that.
But yeah, I guess Jefferson is the deal breaker there. But what did the people think? Let us know. 3-team deal. What side do you want? That's Vape-Ad. Thank you so much. That's a fun one.
That is a good one, man.
Let's stick with Justin Jefferson and let's end here. So Cody Smith, our boy, friend of the show, 12 team start, 12 Superflex, best ball, 2-point total tight end premium, got a 0.5 per first down, and the team getting the package just adds to a potential top 3-peat for the championship. but the value is too good to pass on. This is in shit auction 4. Cody gets into Justin Jefferson. Trades away Travis Kelce, Evan Ingram, George Kittle. Your standard 12-team start 10 lineup league, no tight end premium, 0.5 tight end premium. It's Justin Jefferson all day long.
Yeah.
Like you're trading away age. Like, is there a single player on the other side that's under the age of 30?
No.
Genuine question, but no. Okay.
No, I don't think the only one that would be is Evan Ingram, and I don't believe he is.
Okay.
Let me look 1 second. Evan Ingram he's 30, almost 31 now at this point. So no.
Okay. It's a lot of age.
A lot of age. Yeah.
You know how I like to play in best ball, right? I love a good bully best ball team, right? Like a bully tight end team, right? So it's just hoarding the war. Just give me all of them cats. I'll fill out my flexes with tight ends. I'll feel great about it. There's juice here, like 2.0 tight end premium. Like, I get it. I'm not doing like I'm still just taking Jefferson, man.
Okay, I was shaking my head the whole time. I'm like, please don't try to talk yourself into the other side. I'm like, because there's no rhyme or reason as to why you would talk yourself into the other side. 35-year-old, 35, 36-year-old Travis Kelce, 31-year-old Evan Ingram, 32-year-old George Kittle. Honestly, like the only person in this trade, in my opinion, that on the other side of the deal that has really any significant juice is George Kittle.
Yeah.
Like Evan Ingram, we like him. But like as a best ball tight end, like absolutely sign me up for Evan Ingram. But he just got cut, man, from the Jaguars. Like it's just, who knows in Denver. I like him, but I'm not going to be putting too much stock into him. Travis Kelce, how the mighty have fallen. But again, to Ray's point, man, Father Time is undefeated, right? And eventually we knew that it was going to be coming to this eventually. I do kind of expect Kelce to play one more year, but that could change. But I do think that this is probably going to be the end of it, right? Like, I think this will be the end. And yeah, man, I think you're giving up a lot of name here more than game. Like, I think you really are giving up a lot of name. Travis Kelce has the name value, not really that much game left in him. Evan Ingram, a guy that a lot of people like, name value more than game, in my opinion, right now. And George Kittle, he's probably the only one that I actually really like in the other side of the deal. But it's Justin Jefferson, man, like leaps and bounds ahead of everything else that you're giving up in this package.
Yeah.
I don't even know if there's 2 firsts worth of value on the other side, if I'm being completely honest with you. Like, I get the format, but the only person that you're probably paying a first for is George Kittle.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's paying a first for Travis Kelce. I don't think I know for sure nobody's paying a first for Evan Ingram.
Yeah, even with them landing in Denver, I don't see that myself either.
No, so I mean, let's just say 2 firsts worth of value for it's Justin Jefferson, man. Like, it's not close.
Yeah. I mean, I will say this. So I'll try to look, because I'm trying to see like how we got to this point. So I think in this format, those 3 tight ends together will probably outscore Justin Jefferson in like the aggregate.
Yeah.
Okay,
correct.
Having those 3 tight ends, it probably completely solves your room in this league. It might add to an already advantage, and maybe that's how you want to attack. You want to get the tight ends. Cool. I'm here with it. Not for this price though, and I think this is where in best ball we can get a little cattywampus, right? We think, well, it's a 3 for 1, man. Like, I'm getting three starters for 1. And yeah, that 1 is Justin Jefferson, but wide receiver, I can just roster 17 of them and find my starts that way. And I don't disagree with that logic, but that doesn't make this a deal, because like you said, man, I doubt you're getting a single first for any of them on it. Maybe Kittle, right? Probably Kittle, but I don't think you're getting more than 2. And I know what I can do with Justin Jefferson, even in a best ball league like this. So it's Justin Jefferson.
Yep. Well done, Mr. Cody Smith.
Yep.
My Texan homer over there.
Yep. Absolutely, man. The Justin Jefferson show, apparently.
Yeah.
Everyone wants
a lot of Jefferson moving around right now.
Yes, sir. It's a lot of moves to be made pre-draft here. So, I mean, Gabe, we've seen a bunch of deals. Like, do you have any main takeaways, and do you have any other final thoughts here for the people?
Yeah, I just main takeaways, guys, is right now I think you can definitely leverage a lot of players, a lot of picks really getting into the draft now coming around, and so just make sure that you're diligent. Send out the offers. Again, don't count somebody's pocket. Just send out the deal, man. You never know what's going to get accepted or what's going to get sent back. And again, I think right now is a great time where you can make a lot of moves and take advantage of some people who really like certain players. Again, we saw Puka Nacua and Justin Jefferson move laterally, right? Especially once we kind of broke the trade down. So there's a lot of moves that you can make. So yeah, just send out the deal. At worst, what's the worst they can say is no. So just send it out, man, and be active.
Absolutely. I love it. Speaking of being active, we had some people active in the comments after our last show because we said, hey, hit us with some ideas because we have a bit of a creative block, trying to figure out can we find a new name for the ALLGAS Trade Show Dynasty League, whatever we're going to end up. Gabe, the people were they were creative. I will say that. So let me just run through some of the options that we were given here. So
all right.
I'll leave my
your laugh says it all. Your laugh says it all, man. Your laugh says it all.
Yeah. So we got I Declare Dynasty Leagues, our Dynasty League. So plays off the I Gabe, plays off the Declare. I'm not conceited enough to put my name in the league of a Dynasty. Thank you for that. ALLGAS Gangsters, A-Town down. Like I guess we're. Shouts out to O Block. I don't know, man. Gangsters.
Do you even know where O Block is?
Chicago, man.
Okay. Hey, just
bro. Come on.
I was gonna say, just checking, man. Just checking.
Hey, your boy's culture. Don't worry about it.
I love it. I love it.
Really. V12 Turbo League. I like that little. I like engines. I guess I'm not a car guy, but I like.
You're an F1 guy. You're an F1 guy.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, bring back.
They don't use that. They don't use the V12 anymore. But I think
they use. I think the V10 was the big one. So that probably sounded great on audio. Propane. A little. Shout out to Hank Hill. Propane accessories. Gabe, tell me, is the league gonna be called Big Juicy Trades?
Hey, honestly, I'm here for that. If we can make that happen, I am here for that. Big Juicy Trades.
Big Juicy Trades. I don't know. That makes you feel some kind of way. I don't know, man. So, I'll tell you, we appreciate all the ideas here. If we end up going with one of those, you will be in the league, but TBD if we actually use any of those. You can keep dropping some suggestions in the thing here. We are actively parsing out what the league looks like. We're finalizing who we're going to be inviting. We're finalizing kind of how we're going to go through it. So if you want in, let us know. I know a lot of people have reached out already. So if you want to just make sure you're in, you can always reach out, have kind of a running tally of who's reached out already. So really excited there. But before that, again, thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate every eye, every ear. This is free 99 on YouTube. So, big cost there, but make sure you're subscribed, make sure you hit us in the comments. What do you think of some of these deals? What are you doing before the draft and how are you trying to align your teams for success in 2025? We got ddfantasyfootball.com. Use code trades, use code trade goats, get into the all conference plus Discord tier, the GOAT tier, everything DD has to offer. Make sure that you are tapped into Underdog. Use code ALLGAS. Get your up to 1,000 in bonus cash and your special pick with sign up. And last but not least, patreon.com/ALLGAS. Gabe, let's go make some deals, man. I'm sure we'll hop off and make a deal or two in some of our leagues here. But y'all take care. Have a great rest of your Saturday and enjoy the draft. 33 days, man. Yes, we added this thing. Peace.